Hello, welcome to MCFC9320Group. How are we?
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Good.
Hope we don't get hit with a copyright.
That's a good point, that, Alex, actually. That's a very, very good point.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do monetization if you put stuff on like that.
Been a bit of a rubbish weekend, hasn't it, for the Blues?
Yeah.
You know, we only beat
Should have been 10.
United 5-1 in the under-18s. City women only beat Chelsea 3-1 in the league, the Women's League Cup, and we just scraped a 4-1 victory yesterday against the Rags. What a weekend! If Carlsberg did weekends, it'd be the best weekends in the world.
It wouldn't be, because they'd have put a nuclear bomb in Liverpool as well. So,
to be fair, it looks like it's already had one anyway. Every time I drive through Liverpool, I'm not kidding, Liverpool fans. So, who went to the match yesterday?
yeah,
John, you wasn't on the big screen, mate.
I was.
Was you?
Yeah,
I was all over the media.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name?
Press called.
All right.
Called Press. So yeah, I was with the big No War banner. Just let me turn this off. It's a bit buzzing.
Can't hear it.
We don't hear a thing.
Can't hear what?
The buzzing.
Hey, I was buzzing yesterday. Yeah, so the big No War thing, you can just about, or as my lad said, Dad, you can see me white coat and you're bald head.
Right.
It's a little charm of my son. You laughing at Marie?
Yeah, laughing.
So anyway, yeah, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with yesterday, or should we start the under-18s and the women?
Start with yesterday.
Okay. First half, I've got to be honest, I don't think we was great. I think it reflected the past month how we've been playing, but we still, even though what we still deserve to be going in, 2-1. And let me throw this out there straight away. Was it a penalty on Foden?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not sure.
It was.
Because obviously I'm on the opposite side of the pitch. I couldn't really see it, even though everybody in the family stand where I sit, everybody's seen it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought it was a penalty, I must admit. One said seen it on replays at halftime and stuff.
Yeah. Basically, he had hands were all over him, round him, everywhere, and he dragged him down. Simple as. And the thing is, it could possibly be a red card as well.
It would have been ultimately, because it'd have either been a straight red or it'd have been a yellow. And the challenge Ailey Cropper did on De Bruyne was just, it was nothing sort of an assault.
I know.
So, yeah, second half, brilliant. But I've got to say, that has got to be Jack Grealish's best performance I've ever seen him, be it Villa, England or City. The pace he was running 100%. With the ball was just incredible.
It matters.
Let's hope he's turned a corner, because watching him yesterday, it was actually fantastic to watch. And all I can say is, one thing I want to say is Kev De Bruyne had a fantastic game yesterday. He's not been playing recently.
Second half.
Yeah, he's not been playing well recently, but hats off to him. He really stepped it up yesterday.
That's his best game all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt yesterday we just, whatever Pep must have said to him, or even whatever the players said to each other at half time, hopefully that'll define for the last 10 league games coming up. All we've got to do is equal or better Liverpool's, games this season, and it's ours. I felt if we would have lost yesterday, I wouldn't have fancied us for the title.
No, we'll beat Liverpool.
I hope so, because what do you think, Anne-Marie? I reckon if we start off against Liverpool, no, that's not disrespecting any other teams. What we've got, we've got coming up, but against Liverpool, if we start off like we did in the second half, we'll be in for one hell of a chance.
Absolutely, 100%. And what I will say is I think Liverpool were extremely lucky this weekend. They got a goal that went to VAR, and
it was offside, wasn't it?
If Mane was onside, then Lukaku was onside last week in the cup final.
Yeah.
It was a joke of a decision, in my opinion, to give it. But just one of the things that I've read today, and it's in our local evening news, Manchester Evening News, and obviously this is from the United point of view, so you can imagine whoever's written this is wearing very red tinted glasses.
It won't be Stuart Brennan then.
No, it just says English footballers of 2021 went head to head, but in truth it was a surprise to see Jack Grealish starting ahead of Raheem Sterling. And while this was one of his better displays for the Blues, it was Jadon Sancho who won their own individual battle. Now, I want to know what drugs this man is on.
What? Who's the journalist? We'll give him a second of airtime.
Let's see who's written this.
Ding ding.
Is it the Beano?
No, it is definitely the Manchester Evening News. Samuel Luckhurst. Yeah.
Say no more. Say no more. I've never heard of him.
No.
But I mean, there's bias, and then there's talking out of your backside.
Absolutely. Sancho won. To be fair, their goal came from, well, funnily enough, Jack Grealish, doing a little back heel to Bernardo Silva, when I felt like Jack should have actually smashed it with his right foot, because he'd have had a great chance of scoring, with the way he got himself in a great position, and we'll lost the ball then from that little back heel for Sancho. But it was nothing spectacular. If anything, our defence was dozy.
Yeah.
And also,
because Walker just let him do what he wanted.
He was too far away.
Yeah, so that was the Sancho's only contribution, really. I thought we nullified him, really. I tell you what, Ronaldo was quiet, wasn't he, Alex?
Did he even play?
No, he weren't even there.
Yeah.
No, he was quiet. He didn't even watch it on the TV. So his sister said he was a little bit miffed that he was injured with a hip injury. But I don't think it made it much of a difference.
What a mess that club is.
Yeah.
I really feel sorry for him.
I don't.
I don't.
Did you see? Obviously, I was at the match yesterday, like Anne-Marie and John was, but I watched.
I couldn't come from Stockport.
Yeah, you come from Stockport, mate.
Yeah.
But did you see Micah Richards and Roy Keane and Neville on post-match? Now, that was comical gold, because you could just see Micah. When Roy Keane was going off, and like Micah was just like, and all of a sudden he couldn't contain himself. He just come out, and the way he was passionate to Gary Neville. How dare Gary Neville, think that just because he's an ex-Blue that he's not got an opinion on what happens. And Micah Richards was absolutely right. Not that what talk about United, but how can Ragnick? That's what I do call him, Ragnick, because Rag and he's called Nick. His credibility has gone, really, because the incoming manager, how can Ragnick turn around to them and judge him when he's failed as well?
He had no credibility when he came to United. He's never been a manager, really. Not of anything that so-called top club.
Now, his real job at United will start next season when they've got a new manager, because he's there to help restructure everything, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying, Anne-Marie. But so the manager he brings in, if they start a little bit rocky and stuff like that, how can he be judgmental on a new manager when effectively Radnick's performance as like the interim manager has been, they may as well have just kept Ollie at the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, it's true, and it's interesting because I think even Keane kind of commented on it yesterday about the people that he's got sat on the bench with him. You know, Darren Fletcher. Why? Yeah. He contributes nothing.
Why is he even on the bench? Why? He's not fit to sit on the bench. No, he's not. That's my best Welsh accent.
Oh, Welsh.
You know. So, no, he's absolutely right. Anyway, and enough for them. I just thought we absolutely smashed them off the park. No, I mean, the last, was it 10, 15 minutes? 98% possession. That's unheard of.
92, weren't it?
Yeah, 92.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think they got it wrong. I thought it was 98. No,
but your own stats.
But even 92% possession. Wow.
I thought, I saw that and thought, oh, it's just a stupid stat for 5 minutes. But then I looked at it and it said for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We had 92% possession.
Honestly. And I was made up as well yesterday. I managed to get a chicken balti pie from Bowen's Pies, the pie of champions. Yeah, they've not had them for a few weeks. But anyway, by the by. Yeah, there was so many brilliant performances. I thought Grealish, as was mentioned, outstanding. Cancelo was getting there. I'm struggling to find out which is you there, Alex, if I'm honest.
That's Ragnick.
Which one?
This one.
That's you.
No, that's Ragnick.
He's got more hair than Alex.
Yeah.
Oh god. So yeah, it was there was a lot of great performances yesterday. Edison might as well have sat down in the second half, you know, with us really.
I think he did.
Yeah, it was good to see De Bruyne getting there.
Question.
Why
does Pep always take players off when they're trying to get a hat trick?
I think it's to keep them in check.
You reckon?
He used to do it with Aguero quite often.
Yeah.
I think it was about the ovations.
Have you got a pineapple growing out your head now, Alex?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
I think it's something to do, John, with trying to keep them in check a little bit. The pleasing thing for me yesterday as well was the atmosphere. I thought the atmosphere was brilliant as well yesterday.
Yeah, it was nice to see the family stand actually joining in.
Oi, I resemble that accusation.
Yeah, nice to see the flair in the family stand as well.
See all the flares in the United end. They've worn them since the 70s. Well, a bit tonight, aren't we?
One thing I don't agree with, I know people take flares in, but you shouldn't throw them into the away fans. You know what I mean? And they did. Somebody lit one yesterday, and I think it was in, Paul's section.
It probably was
111.
It was probably Riz. It was probably Riz.
And they threw it into the United fans. I don't agree with that whatsoever.
No, we don't.
And just out of interest, did we have a medical emergency in the stand?
Yeah,
or was it just the United fan getting kicked out?
No, it was like a medical emergency because the players went like that straight away. And
yeah, it wasn't near the away fans. It was over in the middle of this actual South Stand fans.
It was near where the stairs go straight up in the middle.
No, well, I was just chatting to someone today and I said it was a medical emergency and they said that they'd seen somebody being kind of escorted out.
No, it might have been a United fan having a heart attack seeing decent football.
I saw somebody getting escorted out from, I think it was a family stand, was it? Or level 2?
Yes, it kicked off quite a bit behind us.
Yeah.
Not guilty. But yeah, I've not seen a police escort for years. They generally have Hyundais and stuff now. But
Oh God.
yeah, where's that tumbleweed? Yeah. So yeah, yesterday was just it was how we know we can play a little bit, because the possession, as we say, it was just, especially the last 15 minutes, brilliant. But I think the overall play in the second half, we just was toying with them. And I think as soon as we scored the third goal, you could just see the United players just walk into the centre circle. They was demoralised, and they was proper demoralised. It was fantastic to see.
What a goal though! That third goal,
class, absolute class. Won it, Anne-Marie.
It was a good goal, yeah.
So right, and Andy's second one and our fourth. To be fair, right, is he winning you over this season, Anne-Marie?
No.
Why?
Disgrace.
Well, you only need to look at. I don't want to slag off anyone or the game at all yesterday, but if you look in that first half yesterday, I don't think he actually touched the ball once in the first half.
he did. I counted. It was 19th minute before he touched it.
Because
what does it matter?
Because if you look at the way, and it's one of the things that really does frustrate me about him. I watch Bernardo, I watch Phil, I watch Kevin, and they're all over the shop.
I thought Foden wasn't great in the first half. I'll be honest with you. Yesterday,
but you don't see Mahrez trying to do the same, and it's one of my biggest bugbears with him. And I think it's one of the reasons Pep won't pick him regularly.
Did you like Dzeko?
Did you like Dzeko? Yeah, but quite often I thought he didn't work hard enough as well.
I prefer people where it matters. That's why we've got defenders. That's why we've got defensive midfielders. That's why we've got attacking midfielders, and that's why we've got attackers. I'm not too fussed. Right, if he didn't touch the ball much yesterday, and just say, for argument's sake, he touched the ball twice, he banged 2 goals in.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the same time, when you watch him, and 9 times out of 10, he passes back.
Yeah, he does.
Rather than go forward, it very rarely actually takes a man on.
But, me and you're going to fall out tonight.
No, we won't.
Yeah, me and you're going to fall out.
We're
Credit where it's due. See, well, he's got it blurred out there now, but Alex has actually got a Gabriel Jesus pictures behind him. So
there it is.
So Gab's won him over.
Pretty
and it'll
easy.
just, honestly, don't get me wrong, compared to how I felt about him previously, he's won me over a bit, but he's still got work
growing.
to do.
Jesus, how does Derek put up with you, Anne-Marie?
He doesn't have a choice.
He didn't have the best first half, admittedly, but as I say, neither did Foden.
No, a few of them didn't have the best first half.
But I thought he got into the game pretty well, and especially at 3-1 after he scored, the ball retention for him was brilliant. I thought he did. He was a 7 out of 10. He wasn't a 10 out of 10, but it just shows you the perception that, like, I must admit, when I saw the starting 11 yesterday, I thought, why is he starting Grealish? He's hardly played any football.
That was my worry as well.
Don't start nicking my thunder now.
Yeah.
No, in fairness to Alex, he put it in the group last when the team was announced.
Did you?
Yep.
But
you stole his thunder then, aren't you?
But I thought of that before the Pep
doesn't count.
Announced the 11. No, seriously, I did actually think why he's hardly played any football, but it just goes to show. And I kept saying to Mike, who's sitting next to me, I said, he'll probably take Grealish off because he's not played a lot of football. So he'll be tiring. But he didn't from till the final whistle. He didn't stop running. As I said earlier, the way he ran with pace with the ball. Wow, it just goes to show he's a bit self-critical about not having assists or scoring goals. But if he plays like that, nobody can fault him, even himself.
Everything's gone.
He was. So, yeah, it was good to see us getting back to playing how we know we can play, but it's still a lot more to come. So hopefully that'll give them confidence to play even better going forward. Because I say, I don't think we played well for the past month, including Peterborough.
No, we didn't.
Agreed.
We've been slow on the ball.
Slow? What's slow?
Slow.
Is
Slow.
that like slow?
No, it's slow.
Or is it cold slow?
Yeah, slow.
Yonners.
Yonners.
These yonners. How do you say it in Stockport, Alex? Sorry, Ragnick.
Slew.
Who?
Slew. What's slew?
How do you say
How is it? I just don't use that accent here.
So,
Adapted.
how did they say it in posh part of where you live?
Hale Barnes.
Hey?
She lives in Hale Barnes.
How did he say it?
Slow.
Slow.
Mm.
Proper. You're a proper mank.
Yeah.
Not like slur.
Slur.
So yeah. Before we get on to the women, as it were. No, I didn't mean it like that. So, no. Cut. I've got to say, the Ukrainian flags and stuff like that was absolutely brilliant.
And the clapping for
it was absolutely impeccable as well. From United fans as well. Admittedly, everybody concerned. I've not seen it, but I heard that Chelsea was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
During the minutes, was it applause? How can Chelsea do that? And I know it's a City Vlog podcast, but it can't go unannounced. Abramovich, yeah, he's a Russian. It's not him who's causing the war. But for Chelsea fans to chant his name in a minute applause, when everyone's respecting the no war and stuff like that, absolute disgrace they are.
Well, we all know what Chelsea fans are like, don't we? And yeah, they've no shame whatsoever. They're as bad as the other lot.
No,
the Liverpool ones. Apparently, when it was happening at their ground, everybody was clapping, but they started singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" at the same time. And Gary Lineker thought it was good.
He needs to stick to eating crisping.
Yeah.
That jug-eared so-and-so. So the next game's coming up. Obviously, we've got Sporting on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And we've got Palace.
8 o'clock kickoff.
We've got Palace away. That's a toughie, that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a toughie, that. Then we've not got Brighton.
No.
Because it looks like we've got Southampton away to be confirmed. That
is 20. That is confirmed.
Is it confirmed
on the
now?
3 o'clock kickoff on the Sunday.
It's good to see something more than the official Manchester City website, John.
Why?
They announced it this afternoon.
Yeah.
They've just not updated it, have they?
No.
So yeah, that's away. Then we've got Burnley in the league away.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Dippers at home, and then Wolves away. Now, on paper, that's tricky. That is a tricky.
Definitely is.
I'd say tricky.
But we've been playing better away than we have at home.
As I say, I'm more confident after our second half performance yesterday. But, Palace away, Burnley away, Wolves away, and just before the Wolves game, Liverpool at home. That is 4 tricky old games, that.
It is, but we've got to get back to what we were doing in the second half yesterday.
I know
we're taking the mick out of the slow, but this last couple of weeks everything's been slow.
What have we been, John?
What
have we been?
Slow.
We need to have.
It's my Oldham accent, that.
Sorry,
we need to have the quick passing, because the likes of certainly Burnley, I don't believe can live with us.
They've got that big. What's he called? They've got that big lad, haven't they? The big German up front as well for him now. He's just finding a bit of form. To be honest, was it against Liverpool when Burnley played Liverpool? He should have had 4 goals.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He should have had.
Should have, could have, didn't. No, but we've not got Diaz there. I think he's a little bit more commanding into the, against them types of players. But to be honest, I don't think Diaz has had the best of seasons. I've got
no, he hasn't.
Honest.
He's been a little bit off the boil recently, and this rest should do him good. But I thought John Stones played well yesterday.
Yeah. He did, mate. He did. And that goes back to, see, Mike's getting a name check again. Mike Birch, who's sitting next to me. I mentioned it on last week's show that he says Diaz needs Stones more than Stones needs Diaz. And I was trying to figure it out, and he's right, he's right.
This season, yeah.
Any season.
The thing is, they bounce off each other, don't they, them two?
Is that a foul?
No. Foden did it to Wan-Bissaka today, and that wasn't a foul either.
No. I won't tell you what I called Wan-Bissaka, but it wasn't it was sort of like Wan.
Yeah.
Family show, kids.
Anyway, I've got some breaking news for you.
Go on.
Next season's kit is a tribute to Colin Bell.
I've got a feeling it'll have a City badge on as well.
Yes, it has, and it's in the middle. It's a round badge in the middle. I think that it's just a plain sky blue top, and I think it's having no sponsors on.
Wow.
And the away kit's going to be red and black.
Oh.
I love the red and black. I love, in the season
absolute class.
One of my favourite pictures of all time is that I think it was against Blackpool, David Silva, the way he
jumped in the air.
Yeah. And it just reminds me of Dzeko all the time. When Dzeko, the red and black, when we beat Spurs when he scored 4 away. That's knowledge for you, that, isn't it? But yeah, going back to that kit, John, I think that'd be absolutely incredible, considering the sponsor. If they do take the sponsorship off and stuff like that, wow.
Mm.
Hopefully, we'll have the gold badges to go on it.
Yeah, let's hope so.
That
kit will sell like hotcakes.
Definitely.
No, that would be a great tribute to the king himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can just about see it. There is the king. Yeah, right. Yeah, we touched on the under-18s earlier. Beat the Rags 5-1. It's getting easy, this, isn't it? But more importantly, City women, 1-0 down at half time, and they've got a bit of a hoodoo against us, haven't they, Chelsea, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, they have. But again, no more than the FA Cup last week against United. Such a different second half performance, and Caroline Weir is just on fire at the minute. Nice to see us win a trophy. I think, unlike some people, I'm pleased for Gareth Taylor.
I can't believe you wanted him sacking at the start of the season. I still can't go over that.
Yeah, but it just shows you that with the majority of our players back, what a difference it's made.
No, I agree with Caroline Weir. How's she not starting regular? Because she's absolutely class. Class on grass, she is.
Yes.
Some of the goals she scores, I think she links up well as well. I thought Bunny did all right when she come on as well.
Yeah.
The way she was hopping around, up front.
I was just waiting for it.
What? What?
Long overdue.
Well, yeah, in all seriousness, I thought they played brilliant. That was a great advert for women's football as well.
Yeah.
It's getting better and better in it. The attendance, I think it was 8,000 there, was there, at Plough Lane?
Something like that, and it is getting better, and I think it's becoming, because more and Sky is showing it more, BBC is showing it. It's making it more accessible to people, just to give them that bit of interest. And I still think, if you want to get kids into football, boys or girls, it's the way to go, because it's a way for them to get to meet the players and things like that, which isn't likely to happen with our first team anymore.
Absolutely. And something, you stole my thunder then. I was going to say, it's like going back at, a good few years, isn't it? Where the players had come up and you'd be able to take pictures with the players. And that is what generates, the interest in women's football in general. And you can see it's not a publicity stunt by, and it's not just City players. You see, other women's teams and stuff like that, where they go up and acknowledge the fans and stuff. And it's good to see, because that itself, but it's getting a bit risky as well, because in men's football, where it says blah, 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 can I have your shirt? It's getting the same with women's football now, and they need to be a little bit careful. Don't they, John?
Come on.
So stop doing it when you take your girls to the women's football, John, because it's not happening.
What do they do when they score a goal? Do they take the shirt off?
You're not dragging me to your level. No, I'm being sensible tonight. Sensible, aren't I, Anne-Marie?
I don't know whether I'd go that far.
Alex, am I being sensible? Sorry, Ragnick.
Yeah. There's a sign behind John. How would you read it?
A sign behind John?
Yeah.
It says...
Yeah, there's a player and
something. I can just about read what it says. It said, John used to be a Chelsea fan until 2000 and...
Really?
Yeah.
So your bedroom, mate, all right. So, yeah, it's been a really, really good weekend. Got Sporting next. Formality.
Yeah.
Would you put
done and dusted in it?
Would you put the kids out, or would you play the likes? Whoa! Just reminded me of something. The Peterborough match. Some of the players who I said I would play to play back in form. I told you Pep listens to this show. He did, didn't he? He played some of the stronger players.
We knew he would.
You denied it.
He should come on.
I'm Pep's successor.
Really?
Fountain of knowledge. So yeah, I would play Grealish again. A half a game though, just so after a performance like yesterday, just if he's on a crest of a wave, it could do a lot of damage there. Sterling, I think he'll start with Sterling.
Zinchenko will probably start, I reckon.
I hope so.
Yeah.
The kid. Honestly, I've got nothing but admiration for him. The way he's dealing with things.
Well, Cancelo will have to start at right back, won't he? Because no Walker, because he's banned, isn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, Zinchenko. What an absolute.
The last player off the pitch after the game yesterday. Zinchenko.
No, when he was warming up, the standing ovation and that he got.
Yeah.
It really, really was. And here's a funny one for you. All the Ukrainian flags in the Etihad yesterday. My mate Adam's mate, who sits next door but one to me, he had an Algerian flag. And before the match started, I was like, why have you got that? To be fair, he goes, for when Mahrez scores. I went, you must be mad, you. And he scores there.
Unbelievable.
Can't make it up. He forgot all about it when Mahrez scored the first. He's like, I'm trying to get the flag out. And by the time he got it out, Mahrez had already, he was at the centre circle. So, yeah, it's absolutely. And, the courage, what Zinchenko, because he could have asked for time off and stuff like that, for personal reasons. But for him to carry on like that, nothing but admiration for him. And, all the Ukrainians are, who was in the ground yesterday, because it must have been an emotional time for him.
Certainly was.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd go strong against Sporting just so we can keep that momentum going, after playing well in the second half. And then that just takes us to Palace away next weekend. Is that an 5:30 kickoff?
No, it's a week on. It's next Monday.
Oh, Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
Oh,
We all Palace are kicking after beating us at the Etihad.
They played well against us, though. To be fair, John, when he was at the Etihad.
They did. But I think Pep's learning different ways of playing now, and the way he played against United was a bit different than we normally play.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that he's finally realizing that, you know, the teams always should counter-attack us. And we just need to basically speed the game up and we'll be fine.
I think one of the most satisfying things for me, when we played Spurs, we played high, the two centre, well, the old defence played high up towards the halfway line. And that's when there was Son was spinning us and running at us and ruined us. Since then, we've played a little bit, deeper. So we're not giving teams enough.
That first half when Sancho got his goal, we was high up then, and then they stopped doing it after that, and they stayed. It's like Stones and Laporte stayed further back then, and just let the two wingmen, the right back and left back go up.
Yeah. So great weekend, guys. Just 10 league games now.
Still 30 points, though, isn't it?
It is.
There's the next couple of games will be crucial.
I agree with you. What's in my head really is the Palace away one.
Yeah,
that is one. If we come through that, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable, because even the Burnley one's not going to be easy. But I think Liverpool will drop points as well. Us and Liverpool, we're not going to win every game because we play each other anyway.
They'll drop points when they play us.
Well, I hope so, because we've done all right against them the past 3 or 4 games. We've not won the three or four games, but we've played well against them, and we beat them last season. Was it went 4-1? We smashed them at the Etihad, didn't we, last season?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that puts us in good stead, leading into it, because regardless whether fans were there last season or not, it was pretty much the same group of players for us, same group of players for them. So you're only as good as your last performance against them.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Can I have that in writing, celebrity?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right.
Not a problem.
Celebrity Grandad, John.
I've been a grandad for the last 10 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
So we're celebrating the 10 years now.
Yeah. Can I have my testimonial now, please?
You would probably get one, because you're on TV more than our players.
Yeah.
Well, anything else from you before we call it a night?
No, I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So nice, successful weekend. Long may it continue. In it.
Yep.
And let's hope Pep keeps listening to the podcast.
You are absolutely right, Ragnick.
I'll send him a link after.
He's already got it, mate. I've messaged him.
No, that was the one to join, not the one for the YouTube.
Well, yeah. He must have got confused,
Yeah.
Too busy. Right, guys. A pleasure as always, and we'll do it again next weekend.
Cool.
Have a wonderful week, and come on, City.
Come on, City.
Yeah, indeed. Take care,
Adios.
everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.